Welcome to This Week, This Morning, the weekly video that gets you up to speed on the week's most important developments for your business and your taxes. What a time to be alive. We are unquestionably living through a time that will be studied by future generations as quite possibly the most tumultuous year in the history of our country. Yet, we have businesses to run, bills to pay, and a life to live. So what I want to do today is to break through the noise and the chaos to give you a couple things that you need to know and a few action items. Number one, as you probably know, the Democrats now control Congress and the White House. Their complete control will be effective January 20th with the new administration and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris presiding over the Senate to enable a tiebreak in the Dems' favor. The first objective of the Democrats is going to be to pass the stimulus measures that they had to compromise on or remove from the most recent bill. So expect another stimulus package probably sometime in February. This would mean additional stimulus checks that at a minimum would bring the $600 up to $2,000. And when it comes to Biden's tax plan, the growing consensus is that the plan will not be implemented in its full scope for tax year 2021. The reasoning is twofold. The economy is in too fragile of a state right now to raise taxes, and there would likely be a dissenter or two within the Democratic Party that would provide a roadblock in the Senate. However, these tax changes will happen during his presidency because we've got massive budget deficits to cover in the coming years. Think of the stimulus benefits as an advance on taxes that you'll be paying in the future. Number two, if you're a business owner, you know that there is a second round of PPP coming. If that's news to you, you need a better accountant. What you need to know is that applications for PPP2 loans could begin being processed as soon as Monday, January 11th. So the action item here is to reach out to your CPA to see whether you qualify so that they can begin the application process. Number three, and finally, but probably most importantly, is the ERC. If you're a business owner and you've never heard of the Employee Retention Tax Credit, which I call the ERC for short, or if you don't know how it works, you need to listen up here. The Consolidated Appropriations Act now allows businesses to both receive PPP loans and claim the ERC. This is huge. I cannot stress to you enough just how huge this could be for your business. For 2020, the credit can earn you up to $5,000 per employee, and for 2021, up to $14,000 per employee. You can receive the tax credit in three different forms. The first is in the form of reduced payroll tax withholdings when you run a given payroll. The second is to file Form 7200 for an advance on the anticipated tax credit. And the third is by filing or amending your quarterly payroll tax returns for qualifying quarters. So I'm going to be honest, and I'm not trying to be condescending here, but the mechanics of this credit are too complex for you to understand in a few minutes of me trying to explain it. What I will tell you, however, is that most businesses that have an actual payroll that pays more than just the majority owner and who qualify for the second round of PPP will qualify to some extent for this credit. And the other thing is that you cannot claim loan forgiveness with the same dollars that generate the ERC. While this sounds relatively straightforward, it does introduce a ton of complexity and strategic decision points to make sure that you are able to maximize both the PPP and the ERC. Further, time is quickly running out to claim the credit for Q4 2020 without having to amend your payroll tax returns. So the action item here is to get in touch with your CPA ASAP. You're not going to be able to DIY this successfully, and the longer you wait, the longer it will take you to claim these refunds. We believe the delay for those who do wait will be substantial given the IRS's current resources. If you're a business owner, you have to make sure that you're staying focused on what matters and not allowing the chaos and noise around you to take you off course. There are many ways you can use this legislation to your advantage, but you're going to need a trusted CPA to help you navigate the items I mentioned earlier and the many other relief provisions that the three major relief bills contain. This is something that we can take off your plate so that you can focus on keeping that business of yours alive and well. And I get that this all kind of sounds a bit self-serving, but CPAs, and especially dark horse CPAs, are uniquely qualified to get this done for you and your business. That's all for now, and we'll see you next week.